The muscle up is one of the most impressive, achievable calisthenics moves that you'll come across. And on November 8th last year, I thought I finally needed to give it a red hot crack, aiming to get it done by the end of the year. This video is going to show you how a physio went from this to a full muscle up in less than 12 days following these 3 easy steps. So I've just been down to Rebel and picked up one of these super bands, and basically what they are, they're a resistance band that ties around your feet and attaches to the bar, and they just provide heaps of resistance and propulsion to get you above the bar. And for me, that's really important because I'm struggling to get to the point where I can even get my arms around and over the bar so I can get to the dip portion of the muscle up. First time with the resistance band, let's crack it open. See if it helps. Muscle up, first attempt. Safe to say the resistance bands work. I can't stress the importance of getting a resistance band if you want to be able to do a muscle up quickly. What it does, it teaches and replicates the exact form you need to get up and over the bar, but it makes it so much easier. I literally bought this on day 1 of this challenge because from everything I've seen and read and understand about doing a muscle up, this is essential. Can't do it today. From here, it was all about pumping out the reps. So I would do max out reps of assisted muscle ups, and then this would then transition into either a 2 to 3 minute rest between sets or supersetted straight into assisted pull-ups with the band. You need to make sure you have adequate rest, so 2 to 3 minutes at least between each set, as it's such an explosive movement. In terms of day-to-day training, I was actually doing every second day focusing on the muscle ups because I was just finding I was too fatigued if I did it every single day. 3 in a row, baby. Starting to get these beautiful calluses. Step number 2 is to be good at pull-ups, but to be great at dips. When I started this challenge, I could only do 9 strict pull-ups in a row, but I could do 15 to 20 neutral dips and 5 to 8 weighted dips with up to a 14 kilo dumbbell. Now, this is something that gave me a massive advantage come day 1. Keep it simple when training dips. 3 sets of max out neutral dips with a 2-minute rest between each set. Once you can do 12 in a row, that's when you add a small amount of weight and then follow the same set guidelines of 3 sets of max out. Then from there, you can keep increasing the weight once you're doing at least 6 to 8 row for the weighted dips. You can even add in some straight bar dips in there, which are much more challenging to replicate the muscle up scenario. It's day 8. Been sore for the last 5 days from doing it. Just my shoulder's a bit niggly, so giving it a good shot, but day 8. Back to where we started. Yes. What the heck? So the last step is learn how to kip and learn the correct technique to be able to do a muscle up. Now, your kipping doesn't need to look ridiculous like that kind of CrossFit style of training, no hate to them, but it also doesn't need to look like perfect form Chris Herrier doing a muscle up who's got years and years of calisthenics training. When you're a beginner, you need to learn a kip to help you get momentum to get up and over the bar so you can start that dip portion. So I'm going to show you the way that I learned how to do it. What you're going to imagine is there's a circle on the ground about 2 foot out from underneath the bar, and that's where you're going to press down with your feet, imaginarily, press down, and then you're going to start your pull-up, and then you're going to drive your knees up towards the bar to get that momentum to get over the bar. So it's press into the ground, start your pull-up, and then your knees come last. So press, jump, oh, yeah, let's go. I haven't actually been able to do a muscle up since the challenge 5 months ago, so I was pretty proud of that one. But that's the 3-step phase that you have to do. So we'll do it one more time. It's going to be press, pull up, and then your knees. And you can just practice like this. Press, pull up, knees. And you get above the bar, And once you've been training for a little while, that is how you're actually going to nail your muscle up. So the last portion of the muscle up, so the fourth stage basically, is to get your chest over the bar when you get to that point. So you're going to be touching the ground, you're going to be starting your pull-up, you're going to be driving your knees up to get that momentum, and that's when you use that momentum to get your chest over the bar, and then you start your dip. It's really important that you get your chest over the bar so you can actually do a dip, because if your chest is back too far, gravity's just going to push you back down the way you came. Just the side angle here, so you're going to press it over the bar. See how just learning that technique to do the kip, you ain't kipping, you ain't dipping. So there you have it. I did a muscle up after just 12 days of work, and that completely surprised me. I was timing it so that I'd try and get it by the end of the year, but then just out of nowhere, I nailed it. And that to me kind of showed that techniques probably is more important than strength in my opinion. But from there, I thought I'd change it, try and do 5 muscle ups in a row, and my motivation was 0. My hands were calloused, my body was sore, and I ended up resting for over a whole month. And it's December 30th. I've just got back from filming in the gym. There was the pull-up bar there, and I thought I'd give it a go, and this is what happened. So out of nowhere, I've just pumped out 5 muscle ups. Now, the difference between why it made it so easy, which I've only realized later, is that it's on the wide grip where there's nothing covering my chest. So I can actually get my chest over essentially the bar a lot easier than when there's the full bar there normally, that what I was practicing on. So I've just smashed out 5 muscle ups. I'm gonna count it, but the next challenge is gonna be do 5 bar muscle ups. Let's hope I don't lose motivation. Now, if you ain't kipping, you ain't dipping.